Hey everyone, Larry Chen here. I wanted to let you folks know that after all these years, I finally have merch. So go to camerasandcarculture.com if you want to pick up my book, or if you want to pick up a t-shirt or diecast or a pin. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is amazing.
Thank you, Larry.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
this is so cool.
So, you know I love Skylines and Japanese cars. This was really hard for us as a team to work on because it's a Ford and we never worked on one of these before. But what we found is a car is a car is a car. And reached into our bag of tricks and was able to get a hold of Kevin Doran in Ohio and have him make us this amazing, one of, I think, 9 in the world, full carbon, dry carbon race body for this car. The whole bottom is 12K twill, flat bottom. The whole exterior, except for the doors and the roof, are dry carbon as well. And we did that for a reason. Driving around on the streets of San Diego with carbon fiber doors and no roll cage is not smart.
Let's talk about the chassis itself.
Yeah.
So was it a wrecked vehicle?
Yeah, so in 2007, a gentleman wrecked this car at a track in Florida. And he happened to be ultra wealthy, so the car just got stuck in a corner, and he planned to fix it at some point. He started taking it apart, but they never saw it through. So it got stuck in a state of basically disassembly and no line of sight on a finish for it. So we were able to come across the car after it had been moved to Southern California to be sold as a lot. And so we bought the lot, sort of, I don't want to say sight unseen because we definitely saw it in pictures and things, but we didn't know how bad the crash actually was.
So how bad was it?
It was really bad. So these cars have basically a tub construction. And so there's cast aluminum uprights in the front and the rear. 2 of our uprights were cracked, and also the tub was bent. So we actually had to replace the tub in its entirety.
How do you even do that? Is it something you can find?
So we sourced another tub that was in an accident, but it was actually not as bad as ours. So we were able to trade that gentleman our tub for a new one. Not a new one, a used one that had been in a lesser accident, basically. And we could start with a straight tub. So the remainder of the parts on this car are from the original car, and we're also in the accident.
Wait, so then you had to combine 2 Ford GTs.
Exactly.
And then that still wasn't enough. You still had to get a lot of other things.
Yeah, one of the things that we didn't know about these cars is how rare and scarce the parts are, and also that everything is super expensive. Like, you and I live in a Skyline world. Buying GTR parts is expensive. You want a Nismo part, $4,000, $10,000, whatever. This car, a rear lower control arm is $10,000. Like, if you can find one. And so we had to reach out to a lot of our partners like Zetter Corp, which is Super Pro bushings. They made a lot of brand new bushings for us for this car specifically with no intention to ever go to market. But we needed them to finish the car and to keep the car under budget. And a lot of other companies stepped up too, like Willwood Brakes. This is now an off-the-shelf brake kit that you can buy for a Ford GT. They never had this before our project. Also, CSF Radiators created a brand new coolant stack that now Ford GT owners can go on the CSF site and order an intercooler or a radiator that all bolts into these cars.
How many of these were built?
I want to say it's under 2,000. Not a lot. And these things have spiked recently. These are $400,000 or $500,000 cars today. This one, obviously, because it was destined for the trash bin, we salvaged it and saved it. But the real hero is Kevin Doran from Doran Race Cars out of Ohio. They committed to building us this kit, and they got it to us in 8 weeks.
So then, let me go through the process of that, right?
Sure.
Do you just call them up and you said, hey?
So that's where the beauty of this story is. Back in 2000, I want to say 7, I was working at Falcon Tire. And if you remember way back then, Falcon Tire used to race a blue and teal version of this car in American Le Mans Series. So I still had Kevin's number in my Rolodex, or for kids these days, in my cell phone. And so I reached out to Kevin. He didn't remember me. I told him a few stories. He then remembered me. And it started out with, it's going to be really expensive, dude. Are you sure you want to do this? Yeah, I'm not worried about that. Like, can you do it? Oh, I haven't had those molds out in 12 years or something. It's like, it's a big story. Like,
what's amazing to me is he still kept the molds.
He has the molds, yeah.
Why?
Because there's still cars that race. So there's a couple cars that still race I'm not sure at what level at this point, but I don't know if he kept them for that purpose. I don't know. That's a Kevin question, but he still had them. And I don't know if he knew that we were going to be bringing the car to this level, bringing it to SEMA on this thing, but if you look at the carbon work on this thing, it is gorgeous. So whoever's doing his carbon work is a craftsman.
You know, it's crazy to me because this was meant for a race car. This was not meant for a show street car.
Correct.
So for it to look this good
Yeah.
and also be functional too, right?
Yeah.
It saves weight on the original body.
Yeah, a couple 100 pounds.
It's more aerodynamic, right? Or there's some aero bits.
Man,
Whoa, that's moving the whole vehicle.
yeah, I can stand on it.
It's a flat bottom now.
The whole car is flat, and it's 12K carbon underneath, so it's the big checkerboard looking carbon. So full race car for the street, basically. And we're not going to have any issues with our differential hitting the ground or the wheel arches being too high or that stuff. We fixed all that stuff.
So
this
what
is
is
a race kit?
What is this? Like, because this is like, I guess, meant for the race car. It's not the OEM headlight.
So Doran actually supplies the lens, right? And an empty tub of a fender, right? Normally a Ford GT, your headlight comes through a hole in the fender and it mounts to a frame rail under here. But we don't have that with this because they're trying to make the car as light as possible. So what you essentially get is just an empty hole, and then Kevin sells a hella light for the kit, a couple lights, and this triangle piece right here that's facing me basically, you're meant to mount a light on that, a spotlight that lights up the side of the track.
Ah, the apex.
So if you saw TJ Hunt's Ferrari that he debuted today, he's got those lights down here.
Yeah.
That's what those are for. Same thing, but in the housing itself.
Got
So
it.
we didn't need those, and we 3D printed our own headlights with a switchback, daytime running light, and a turn signal in the white part, and we've got a high and low beam in either of those. So this was very nerve-wracking for me. I had to strategically cut out the tub and then push that light through and panel bond it in and hope it stayed.
And then, so is this part of his kit too?
No, I made these actually. It's in our YouTube video, but I actually made these out of cardboard and tape and then 3D scanned them and then had them 3D printed out of ABS plastic and then painted.
And then what about the over fender?
This
is that
is
part
Doran.
of it?
This is all carbon,
Okay.
yeah.
Got it.
This is all part of the kit.
It's a lot wider than stock then, huh?
It is. So a normal Ford GT would have ended here, basically where this seam is in the vinyl. They added that width for the race car body.
I have to say, it's kind of incredible you were able to get it to sit so nicely and fit so well with street wheels.
Yeah, so, well, that's a testament also to HRE. They make custom wheels. So they came down and actually 3D scanned the whole wheel tub area. And then we came up with a fitment that we thought would be good for the car. You know, we could have went a little more aggressive on the front fitment, I think, but at the same time, this thing turns lock to lock with no problems. And this is all carbon through here. And if you look in here, you can see that I handmade all new wheel liners and everything.
Whoa, wait, so the race car doesn't have any of
No,
this
it has
stuff?
none of that. So I made all that in there.
And it's like that right material too.
No, I did all that, yeah. So it's actually ABS plastic, and I've lined it with felt. That's good for all weather conditions, even in the back.
It's a shame. I mean, I know you guys are in the WD-40 booth. It's a shame that you had to wrap this.
I know, huh?
But it's so beautiful how nice the weave is here, the carbon fiber.
Everything. I mean, look at the seam on the front, even. Like, for this being a race car kit where every car gets painted or wrapped, like, the seam down the middle, it matches on the lip. Like,
oh, that is so
they
much.
put in the work. They did the details for us.
Look how beautiful this is.
So beautiful.
And it's functional.
And what's crazy, Larry, is all these parts must have been scanned or molded off of a factory car because all the factory stuff fit back in here. Like, this is the factory grill work that was on the street car.
Is it really difficult to open this then?
It is. You have to take out 4 bolts.
God.
So the race cars have Zeus fasteners, but because this is the street car, we decided just to bolt it down. We don't want to have any issues or anything.
Understood.
And I thought that the Zeus fasteners looked a little bulky.
What about the back? Same thing?
So the back, this is a clamshell. Basically, this whole piece is one all the way down to here. Then we have quick fasteners here that latch it on. And then we've got this, I call this the hockey stick, because it's like shaped like a hockey stick. Then you've got the side skirt, which we molded into one piece. This is normally 2 pieces that bolt together. I molded that into one piece. Being a street car, we didn't need it to be removable. And then you have the full carbon, dry carbon vents. So this all comes together like a puzzle.
Do you know how much lighter it is than Stockton?
It's a couple 100 pounds. Yeah.
That's
which at the end of the day, like I was disappointed at first when we scaled it, that it was only like 200 pounds or something, but then I was like, wait a minute, that's a lot. Especially since we added bigger wheels and tires, we added the wing, we added the whole under tray set. We added weight to this car.
Plus, it's stiffer then.
Yes.
So then let's talk about the motor. Is it stock?
Yeah, so the motor, the reason that we built this car in the way that we did was because we want to be able to street drive this car. And we have a lot of cars in our workshop that we build that aren't carb compliant, that we can't drive on the street, we can't register because of those purposes or reasons. This car, we focused on keeping it a street car. We want to be able to drive this car to events, drive it to Laguna Seca and actually do a grid life and not potentially get in trouble. So this car, we literally take it home, we can take this to the smog station and put plates on it, which to me is really cool. So the drivetrain in and of itself has been left standard for now, and then we'll decide what we're gonna do going forward.
The rear looks amazing.
Yeah,
like,
this is
so
all
cool.
functional shit. Like, I can literally stand on this.
Well, it was meant to be raced,
Yeah.
endurance raced, and also just used and abused on track. It's meant to be functional, not to
Right.
be pretty, but it happens to be pretty.
It happens to be pretty.
Yeah.
And the way we've showcased the carbon aspects of it through the vinyl wrap, which, you know, is beautiful
This
at the end
is
of the day.
so cool.
Yeah, it's just a cap over the stock bumper. And it's what all the race cars had. They just painted them all. And this was one thing I'm really proud of. Actually, first of all, we made this. This didn't come with the kit. We went a little bit more aggressive. But leaving this carbon and then being able to add the factory vents from a factory 4GT bumper. Our bumper was destroyed. The only thing I could salvage was the vents. So I actually cut the holes out of this bumper. These weren't here. This was all carbon. And I pressed these in a thing and made them fit in here and bonded them in. So now we have a heat extractor vent in the back.
I like that little cartoon on the transmission.
I'm glad you saw that. I added that.
It looks like a pig.
Well, if you stand back here, Larry, this is the eyes.
Oh, okay. It's like looking through binoculars or something, huh?
Yep.
It's got his tongue out.
We were building the exhaust with Jesse, and I had to keep looking at it to make sure it was straight. And I was like, holy crap, it looks like a face. I'm gonna put a smiley on it.
That's so funny.
So as you can see, we have factory catalytic converters in here still and everything.
Yeah, factory catalytic converters, but this is a vibrant
This
exhaust
is
setup.
all vibrant titanium. We use their pie cut kit and their straight materials to build it.
Oh, I can't wait for it to be all blued.
Oh man, it will turn blue when it gets really hot.
Yeah.
It's already starting to turn really gold. It wasn't that gold originally. You see this
Yeah.
12K? This is how the whole bottom of the car looks. It's so cool.
How much have you had a chance to drive it then?
Not a whole lot. So basically taxiing it around in and out of the shop and then off the trailer and into here.
That's it.
So far, because we don't want to put any scratches in it. You know, it's got to be perfect for the show. After the show, we're going to drive the heck out of it.
How do the doors work? Are they like factory doors?
Yeah, it's electric. So we've integrated, it's basically stock.
Whoa. Wait, so how is that a thing?
What?
So like, what do the race cars look like then, in terms of the door?
That's how
Is
they
it the
look.
same?
Yeah,
It's the same.
Yeah,
So they
just-
don't actually modify it for racing.
No, they made a mold directly off the OEM parts from what I understand. Like, because Doran does make a carbon door, but you have to run Lexan and stuff, and we want to street drive this car.
So then this is not the carbon door.
This is not the carbon door.
Okay,
This is
got
the
it.
stock door. So the only thing remaining stock on this car is the doors and the roof. These are painted gloss black under the vinyl so that when we remove the vinyl, we've got a black car basically. But everything else has been kept original so that we can use, like, the power windows work, the Ford Econoline door handles work.
So then, when the original car, it got hit in the front and the rear then?
It got hit on all four corners. So this crashed at a racetrack. And as you know, when you overcook a corner, the back end slid into the wall and it snapped around and it hit all four corners on the K-rail. So it ripped three of the corners completely off the car and one corner was still left hanging on by a thread.
You saved this car.
This car is saved for sure. And it's fully drivable now, fully straight. And
So-
I think it looks beautiful, honestly.
I think it looks amazing. I think it's even better than
How is it crazy that this is 2005 and this still looks like a concept car inside?
that. I
Does
mean,
it?
that's how ahead of
It
its
does,
time
right?
it was. Yeah. So then Sparco seats.
So there's Sparco SPXs. This was a real challenge to get these seats low. Look at, so the factory seats are cut off here.
Yeah.
They're like flat across, but I knew this one had a headrest and we wanted to you know, we could have kept the factory seats in here, but we want to build a custom car. We didn't want to show up to SEMA with a Ford GT anybody could have. So we worked with Sparco. We got the SPX, but I spent 2 days custom making seat mounts to get these things basically sitting on the floor. Like they literally almost touched the floor. But we had to get the clearance here so that the door would close.
Did you not realize, or did you get the seats first and you're like, uh-oh?
No,
it's
I
close?
knew all along that it was going to be a tight squeeze because of the shape of the factory seat, but I was just confident that we could make something work.
It's interesting because there's not many cars that have this design feature where most of the roof is the door.
Right.
Yeah, it's just...
That's the crazy thing about these cars, Larry. Imagine you take this to the store and you have to get out. This is about all you're going to get in a parking space to get out.
Yeah.
How do you get out of there? You got to roll
You just
out.
don't take this.
You got to roll out on the ground.
Yeah, you don't drive this.
I know, but the point is you should want to drive it.
I guess.
So there's like all these forums that I belong to now since we built this that I've been looking at, and all these older gentlemen saying, I don't like driving it because I got to roll out of the car onto the ground to get out.
Dude, that is so... The interior is actually... Other than that, it's pretty stock then, huh?
The Speed Hut gauges, they're custom made for us, which is pretty cool. That's like a plug and play Speed Hut gauge application. And one of the things about these cars is that the gauges go faulty. Like almost everybody we've talked to that owns one has faulty gauges. So Speed Hut, you can actually call and order that and get it spec'd out however you want, which is cool. The only thing different is the short throw shifter, which was actually on it when we got it. We saved it. We actually like it. And we changed out the seatbelts. Factory Macintosh head unit and subwoofer still works.
Does it have air conditioning still?
Yeah.
No way.
It's a street car, dude. Yeah, we put all that stuff back.
You know what's crazy to me is at one point you were building like cheap cars.
Yeah.
Did you ever think you would build something like this?
No, never. Not in a million years.
We both love the cheap cars.
Honda Civics?
Well, I mean, especially like your Civic
Was
that you
sub
built.
100 grand?
Yeah, but your Civic that you built, you had so many parts. Just the parts alone were so much more than the car.
Yeah,
The
the
original
chassis
car?
was worth less than.
Yeah, like just the valve cover was
I think
worth
a lot
more.
of your audiences probably can relate to that.
Yes, but I mean, this is what I know you for, right? Building cars that everyday people can afford.
Yeah.
Whereas this is actually a supercar.
This is a stretch for me, man. Like it was a struggle in my head the whole time we were building it. Like, first of all, it's a Ford, and I've built a Mustang before and stuff, but like this is not a Mustang. It's the furthest thing from it.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually had a friend who works at Ferrari. She owns a 360 Modena, and she saw our first video where we had the tub on the rack. She said the tub looks identical to Ferrari 360. Like the way the uprights are and
Right.
everything. And that to me was like, that was a light bulb moment. I was like, holy crap, we're not working on Skylines anymore. This is race car shit.
I mean, Skylines are expensive too, but
Well, I'm not talking about price. I'm just talking about the genre.
Yeah.
You know, you think of a Skyline, you obviously think of GTR, right? Which is the pinnacle. But there are a lot of other Skylines on the road
yeah,
that are not expensive.
yeah,
And this is the opposite of that. Like these cars now sell for $400,000 or $500,000.
crazy. As it sits right now, this is a 200 mile per hour car, right?
Yes. Maybe we should take it and see if we can hit it.
Yeah, maybe if there's like a big open runway, you just go for it. Go 200.
I'll let you. I just like building them and fixing them. I'll let you drive it.
I'm down. Dude, thank you so much.
Thanks for coming by.
Appreciate
Larry.
you.
Always a pleasure.